taking in that deep breath, taking in your surroundings, I think is really important to work on our wellness. That's what we're trying to do for you today here in Burlington. Good to be joined with naturopathic doctor Jordan Robertson. How are you?
I am good, thank you.
I find myself a very positive person, but even like the past couple of days, it's starting to wane on me a little bit.
Yeah.
What are you noticing from any of your clients that you're talking to?
I think we've noticed just a transition in the conversation. I think in the first week, some people were feeling like, they're on holidays, we're having chocolate for breakfast. I admit I was also guilty of that one, staying up late. And, in that second week, now we're transitioning into like, this is a new normal. I think people are starting to feel the stress of full-time work from home, full-time parenting, being a teacher. Right. So I think it's just the reality is starting to set in that this is maybe how things are going to be for a bit.
So what can we do? What are some tips to help us from the mental side of
Yeah,
things?
I think what we've been stressing with our patients is that really their health is not built or broken on 1, 2, or even 10 actions or behaviors, right? Like having chocolate for breakfast for 5 days, we can probably shrug that one off. It's when that pattern is starting to persist for a long time that maybe those more negative things start to creep in, right? When we're staying up late every night, when we're having a glass of wine every day at 3 o'clock. And so what we're encouraging them to do is try and look for some of the positives in this situation and start to build some health habits that are maybe going to help propel them forward, right? If they bought back some time without commuting, are they not sitting in a hockey arena? Can we get a walk in? Are we cooking more dinners at home? Trying to find some ways that we can create some more positive patterns during this time so that we're not feeling just physical effects from being at home, because that certainly will impact how they feel mentally.
Because down the road, once this is over, you don't want to stick with those same patterns that we've been kind of eating chocolate for breakfast, having that glass of wine earlier and earlier in the day. Anything else, because people's routines are out of whack, as far as, let's say, at work and not picking up that donut at work? Is there anything around that you kind of encourage people to?
Yeah, I think, like I said, I always want people to lean into the positive, right? So maybe they're making a real lunch instead of going to the food court, or instead of grazing all day
Eating
at the
healthier,
muffin cart. But also look for the things that have crept in that are really not serving you, right? Having a cup of coffee at 3 in the afternoon because you can, and because you're home, and because you're schooling your kids while you're trying to get a report done. And trying to lean away from some of those behaviors, because that's going to start to affect the sleep and your stress and anxiety and things that are really not going to serve us moving forward, especially since we're starting to feel that sort of emotional burden of what's going on.
We're spending the day here in Burlington. We're supporting local, because business, that's another side of things that it's really affecting folks that way too. So we'll work on that, the physical side of things, and then we'll also see how we can help a few of the businesses in Burlington, because a lot of them are going e-commerce, a lot of them are going takeout, delivery, and we'll promote that. We'll come back. Hands to work on a project at home and turning to the expert for that, Lori here at Pure Boutique in Burlington. Hello, Lori.
Hello, hello, hello.
What do you got there?
So we are doing resin art or fluid art, and it kind of creates these cool pictures that anyone can do.
Like back here, this is what kind of you get from it?
Yep.
Right. Is this the new it thing to be doing?
It's out there. So lots of YouTube, lots of people doing it. So lots of different options, and the paint line came out with some really great, a really great product called pouring resin. And that's what creates this. So essentially it's almost like, if you can imagine, it's like a clear glue. And so it dries on, you put your paint in, your resin, like you have.
Are you selling kits? You're selling these kits for people to buy?
Yep. You can purchase online. You just purchase your pouring resins and whatever color combo you want. So.
Okay, you kind of schooled me off camera. I'm putting a couple of drops of this in.
Yep. So.
Because what am I mixing it into?
So
here?
that's the paint mixing it into the resin, and that's just going to create your color, right? So you only need a couple drops, but you hardly needed any. I don't know if you kind of barely need anything to make that color.
So you go white first.
Yeah, so right. You're going to do a little slip coat on yours, Tim. We'll do two different types, and then we can kind of show everybody. what you get from it. But that just makes the...
Do you have a game plan going into this, or are you just going rogue here?
I'm just doing whatever. And that's the beauty of it. You just experiment with it, right? So I would say start with a small canvas, kind of get a feel for it, and then go for it. So, but no, there's no real game plan. But there's all kinds of different ways you can do it. Like you're gonna do a pour on yours, where we layer the colors. These, I'm just doing little dots on mine. And then we're gonna kind of drag it.
So I'm doing a pour.
Yeah, so now you have an empty cup there.
Right here, yeah.
Yep. So start layering these into that cup in here. And so, again, it doesn't really matter. You're just going to...
You see, we're keeping our distance here.
Yeah, that's it.
What's it been like for you guys?
We've actually been fairly busy because we are, the paint, it's the perfect time for people to do their projects at home, right?
Because they don't normally have time, but now's the time to do it.
Exactly.
You got one more there too? Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then we're gonna layer it until that cup is kind of full. And you can layer these colors whichever way. Again, there's no real rhyme or reason, and it all kind of turns out very cool. So.
Can I start pouring?
Okay, so let's do this, Tim.
For time purposes.
For time purposes. Right. Let me grab this for 1 second. So we're gonna go like this.
Whoa!
So the one cool thing is I wanted to mention, you can already see the paint starting to separate. So that is called cell enhancers. So you're gonna get this cool effect here. We're just gonna let that, you can see all the paint draining down, and then whenever you're ready, lift that up.
Right, okay. We have to say that there's so many businesses like Pure Boutique here in downtown Burlington that are doing things like this. So, burlingtondowntown.ca is a list of all your favorite spots to explore.
Yep.
Hold it off slowly or quickly?
Doesn't matter.
Wow! Sitting in the home office, it can be pretty draining and you get some aches and pains. So it's good to be joined by Christina Drew from Kinetic Physiotherapy. You've kind of created this Kinetic COVID-19 home little workout and stretches.
Yeah, so basically we're very present now on social media, trying to connect with our community and our clients, just showing them exercises that they could do at home to help combat going stir crazy, especially if they have kids at home, but also just showing them some exercises they can do to help alleviate any sort of pain that they're experiencing from sitting at their home office or sitting on the couch watching too much Netflix.
What's the one we're doing right now? It's just a simple little movement.
Yep, so this is a very slow controlled cat-cow. So we want to make sure that we're tucking the tailbone under very slowly and moving one vertebrae at a time. So this is going to help mobilize our lower back and get it moving, as well as stretching the back muscles.
Cool. So that's one. What else you got?
And then from here we can go into a child's pose. So just knees wide, feet together, arms are out in front of us, and we're just going to drop our forehead. So this one's a great one. Also, if you're feeling any anxiety or stress, this is a good one to just drop down to the mat. You could do it with your kids as well. That's why it's called child's pose. Take deep breaths, and it helps calm your mind.
What kind of reaction have you been getting from socials and some of your posts?
You know what? Everybody's been so supportive, and I feel that we've always been on social media, but now that everybody's home, they're on social that much more, and so the response is so much greater. And people are really looking to local businesses to help them throughout this time, whether it's a home workout program or physiotherapy virtually. Yeah.
Cool. What's the cards you have there, actually?
The cards here are from Love Powered Co., and this is a local business in downtown Burlington that's done virtually. So they're beautiful cards. They have different box sets, and I'll use this with the kids too. So again, when we're just feeling a little bit anxious or stressed or uncertain about stuff, then I pull one of these cards, and it tends to always be what I need.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay. burlingtondowntown.ca. There's so many businesses that cannot be open right now, but they have a lot of e-commerce stuff happening. So many restaurants have delivery and takeout. We're going to continue doing that when we come back. Do we have one more exercise that we could do as we're going to break?
Yeah.
What's the last one?
So the last one's gonna be just laying on her back.
Okay.
And we're just gonna hug one knee in towards our chest.
All right, good to be in the kitchen here at Pintoh in downtown Burlington, highlighting, there's so many food spots that are open for delivery, including Pintoh. We got Chef Kang. Hello, Chef Kang. How are you?
Good thing. How are you?
Awesome, man. What are you spinning up for us?
So today I just make a pad thai. What is like everybody favorite. And when you come to Thai restaurant, of course you have to order pad thai.
Yeah. So you guys are doing actually to-go containers where people can actually take all the ingredients home with them and make it?
Yes, of course. We have the kit. That means like you can have your own creation. We have sauce, we have vegetable for you. It's ready. So at the same time, you can produce your own flavor at home. So it's safe for you. You can reheat and you can cook yourself again at home.
Right.
That is what we need for now.
Okay,
like,
so these are the two options you have. You have a pad thai.
Pad thai and have green curry. The sauce is ready. Now I just put protein in and all the vegetable.
So it's pretty easy for anybody because it's already everything's cut, all the portions already there.
Yes.
Was that tofu?
It's a tofu, yes,
Okay.
and vegetable.
Now
Now what we have to do is just reheat the stuff what we're gonna give you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now what if somebody doesn't have a wok at their place?
You can use stove, but of course you're gonna have a high heat to cook very fast, right? And all the vegetable.
What kind of spice are we putting in there? Is it,
So we have the onion and the dry chili, what we have to put in the pad thai normally. But the sauce is made from the tamarind and palm sugar. So it's really signature sauce in Pintoh.
and how spicy is it?
This is not spicy yet, the sauce, but of course you can asking for our homemade chili oil. That is very special here. Everybody come and asking for.
Because that's really kicks things up a notch with
Yeah.
those that like the spice. Because you were mentioning on camera that in Thailand, spice in the north it's not as spicy when it comes to the dishes.
The level
to the
of
south.
spicy for the region, each region of Thailand is totally different. The north they don't eat as spicy as the south people. The south people they eat like fiery spicy, and we love it.
Nice. Well, here's the thing. In downtown Burlington, there's so many restaurants that cannot be open to have people in, but they are open to delivery. So I want to encourage everybody to go to burlingtondowntown.ca. All the list of the spots that are open for delivery are there, and you can help out businesses like Pintoh. And
Yes.
you say you have the to-go or you have the take-home containers, but this is actually something that you're serving as well. You have the full menu that's open for delivery too, Chef?
Yes, it is. So that's what we need for now. Like we help each other to stop the spreading. So this is what we serve for the takeout.
And then quickly want to put this one together here.
And we also have the
And there's the curry. Amazing, looks good. Thanks, Chef.